All right, you guys. Melinda Gates is revealing why she had to leave Bill Gates.
The tea is hot. Cheers, Ivory. Let's hear this.
She went on The Late Show with Stephen Gould.
Was it to write about truly challenging things in your lives, like the loss of a dear friend, the end of your marriage after 27 years?
Yeah.
How did you feel about sharing that after being so private for so long?
Yeah, I thought it would be, first of all, disingenuous if I didn't write about the transition out of my marriage, because people knew it had happened to me, and it happens to, unfortunately, a lot of families. But I would say the chapter that was most difficult for me to write was the one about losing my friend in his 30s. I was in my early 30s, he was in his late 30s, and he died of cancer. And so to go back over those letters between us and the photos of all the trips with he and his wife, that was really hard and touching. And I'm glad I did.
And what did you get from reflecting on that? Because it can be so shocking and it can feel unreal.
And so it was really a poignant moment to have
Girl,
one person
we want to hear about
right
Bill,
as I had this new birth.
the billions,
but I was determined
his
to learn
personality,
something from it. And from John's death, I learned to live life backwards, which is, how do you want to be remembered on your last day?
Well,
and if I can always keep that in mind, Warren Buffett says, if you are loved by your family and friends on the last day.
If you were watching a film of your own life,
this is why your ratings are bad.
What would the audience be shouting at the screen for you to do?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you come up with? What did you come up with on that?
Exercise more.
I'll take that one.
Exercise more. Well, what did you learn about marriage by reflecting on this?
Well, I learned that
you were a famous married couple.
We were. And, but I learned, to have a trusted relationship, which is what I wanted in marriage. Both partners have to be honest with one another. And if you can't have intimacy and you can't have trust. Mm-hmm. And so in the end, I had to go.
And what do you do with
in the end?
And then what do you do with that knowledge? Are you dating now?
I am.
Oh,
how's that going?
Wow.
From Bill's billion to another.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's lovely. We have to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Says that the trust was violated. And she had previously said that Bill Gates's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein was like a huge contributor to the divorce. What does that tell you? Epstein Island.
What?
Yep.
Bill Gates
Daily Mail was covering this and
Daily
mentioned
Mail
that.
Is so messy.
They are, and their website just looks scattered and messy. But we're gonna show it.
So messy.
You guys, this is the new man.
Wow.
This is Melinda Gates' new man.
Melinda Gates has her lubes. She has her Valentinos. Melinda Gates is rich, baby.
Yes. Oh, so this man, so she is 60. You got that right.
Mm-hmm.
It's talking about
her leather
Louis Vuitton coat.
What? She is spending that credit card like swipe. Louis, $10,000.
I'm sure Bill paid her extra to not go into specifics about the divorce.
This is the new man.
This man's name is Philip Vaughn.
Wow.
Who is he? Her new man could not stop smiling.
Of course.
Look at his chivalry. Oh man.
Oh, she looks great though. At 60, is he younger?
He looks not too old,
Wow.
Melinda seems lovely too.
She does.
No wonder
this is her and Dave Chappelle. Wow.
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I think so. Go back. Yeah.
Oh, right. With her new man, because they're going to George Clooney. They went on a date to George Clooney's new thing.
The next day.
This is her book, huh? Wow. Well,
I'm definitely reading the tea. Absolutely.
Wonder if Bill's moved on. I guess he moved on before the divorce, and that's why she had to divorce.
That's why she had to go. Wow. Did you like Bill?
No. He did a TED Talk in which he specifically said in the TED Talk that if we can get this many needles in the arm, we can reduce the population. He literally said that. If we can boost the needles in the arm, world population will go down. And that made me not like him.
Okay, well, you don't like his technology mindset and all that.
I'm an iMac person, as you can see my computer right here.
Well,
I
Ivory, there will
I
never
don't
be
do-
a Steve Jobs if Bill was not there. Let's just start there.
Did you know Steve Jobs apparently came up with the idea for the iPhone during transcendental meditation? It was during a meditation that this idea came in. Meditation leads to brilliant ideas. Bill Gates had nothing to do with it. It was meditation. And that's why Mac is better, because it came from meditation instead of this creeper named Bill Gates, who literally said on his TED Talk that needles reduce the population.
How many things that people have said that are not politically correct?
Politically correct. He's talking about killing people through needles. if the needles in the arm go up, population goes down. And that's why he's like, that's why we need to put more needles out. Obviously, I'm talking in code because YouTube is weird.
Well, Bill is my other uncle.
You come from Africa, which is a dear continent to him, because he's really trying to target them with all the needles. And I know they got to your family with those needles.
Oh, come on, Ivory. Let's not go there.
Bill
is my other uncle. We're not going to talk about Uncle Bill over here.
Oh, boy. Girl, you're crazy.
No, but he does a lot of good things in Africa. He gives. He's done a lot of revolutionary things in Africa. So he brings water, electricity. So he does great things in Africa. So we can't just focus on the negative thing that he does. Let's also focus on the positive. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you may know more than me about that. So there we go. Okay, shout out the sponsor. As you can see, Amare Happy Juice. So that right there is the mood Happy Juice that we're drinking now into a mocktail. So they also have this new hair product.
Wow.
It is.
Who needs weave when you have Amare,
the
right?
rudest. Yeah. Extra shiny, healthy hair. Fermented hair product.
So it's like kombucha for hair?
Yes, which actually made so much sense when they came out with it, because a year or two prior, my sister-in-law had told me about washing your hair in apple cider vinegar. And I tried it because that's fermentation. I tried it. My hair was so shiny and healthy afterwards. So this
so how do you use
link down below.
Wait, so how do you use the apple cider vinegar? You add it with your shampoo?
I just took that jar into the shower and just poured a little over my head.
So it's like rice water?
And it just cuts through anything and just makes any residue that's built up in your hair.
Yeah.
It just cuts through it and just makes your hair glassy.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Does it work for weave too?
Probably. We love weave.
We love weave in this house.
Weave and fasting.
Okay, so this next story is actually I have to snack because this is just too much.
This one is wild. Gabrielle Union is saying why she's okay with Dwyane Wade being into men. Her man is into men, and she's okay with that. We've got this report.
For my peace and my self-worth now. And I'm going to create things.
So show us the nails.
Don't get a close-up of my nails.
No.
Listen, I've been on the road. I'm going to do like this.
But we see a pop of color.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for it?
Expression.
Expression.
Yeah, expression.
Dwyane Wade.
Say what's up.
The whole Wade thing. Let's go.
Make me feel. Yo, we on the couches like we in the club, Diddy. We done got on the couch.
Yo, D Wade, we was rocking at the birthday party though. We was rocking. Let's go.
As kids, I used to put on heels. I used to do all those things. I try to put on whatever my sisters wear. When all my sisters did, I try to do those things.
So the streets are saying that Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade are allegedly throwing Diddy-level parties at their crib. And it looks like Gabby's finally ready to set the record straight about all the talk surrounding her hubby's sexuality. The rumors about D. Wade being on the low have been around for a minute. But now some industry insiders are spilling tea, claiming that Gab and D. Wade host wild parties where Hollywood's bi-curious men can get down. And apparently, Dwyane is one of the ones who likes to have a little fun. And as for Gabby, sources are saying she's determined to keep her man no matter what, even if that means letting him enjoy a little other side action every now and then.
And you can either sign up for it and like swim in it, and you can have an amazing life swimming in the pool. And then you wonder why you can't sleep at night. Because you're shit.
Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade are back in the spotlight, but not for the reasons they'd want, as rumors swell.
Oh my gosh. So basically that's what it's getting at. Is that
Wow. Do you believe these rumors?
looking at him saying he loves nail polish and heels and whatever he did on the couch with Diddy in that Instagram video, it makes me tend to believe the rumors.
I need a moment. I need a moment.
Man, you know, that was that's always like a worst nightmare to me.
Oh,
Like if your man leaves you for a man.
I know, right? Can you imagine? Okay, so his son or daughter, they have a
son who turned into a girl.
Okay, so first that was very awkward for me
So
because
it's
I was
like-
just like, how can you let your son become a girl? And I don't know if she was 18. Was she 18 at that time? I don't think so.
Yeah, the transition happened before, and that's why his mom took Dwyane to court to try to preserve her son's identity before, you know, like don't make big decisions like this until you're an adult.
Right.
She was saying, and Dwyane was kind of forcing it to like legally change the son's name to a girl and everything. And now it's like, oh, I didn't realize Dwyane had those tendencies too. That's why his son has those tendencies.
When he said that when I was a little kid, I walked around in heels, you know who that reminded me of?
Who?
Bruce Jenner.
Oh, is that what Bruce said as well?
Oh, yeah. In the Diane Sawyer interview
I
that we
remember
were all waiting for. I remember.
Yeah,
I was
that
waiting
was
for
crazy.
it.
And that's when he came out as a Republican too.
Yes.
And
remember the Vanity Fair cover?
And Diane's like, you're a Republican? Well, you're trans and you're a Republican?
Oh, wait. Isn't it Bruce Jenner wanted to be also the governor of California?
He ran, but he didn't win.
Oh my God. What a joke. What? I
Yeah.
mean, this is very sad if this is true.
Yeah, I just feel bad if that, you know, I don't know, like I guess some people are open to open relationships. Like I was gonna say I feel bad for her that her man is cheating with a man, if that's true. But the way that she was wording things in that interview, it didn't seem like she was thrilled about it. If we're connecting the dots here.
Wow. Not Gabrielle Union with her first marriage. Like, what?
Yeah. In other news, there's so much to get to.
Absolutely.
We've got
While I'm still
Ben
eating, guys.
in the middle. Yeah, we're eating meat and cheese. Ben and Jen. There's an update on their divorce too. We're the divorce experts. Here we go.
Today.
Back together, I said, listen, one of the things I don't want is a relationship on social media. It's sort of like, you know, you're going to marry a boat captain and you go, well, I don't like the water.
Ben Affleck is sharing his side of the story. Over 3 months after the actor and his ex Jennifer Lopez finalized their divorce after 2 years of marriage, Ben is now addressing their shocking split.
Ben Affleck just revealed the real reason his relationship with Jennifer Lopez ended, and what he had to say has sent shockwaves through the internet. And reports reports are that Jennifer Lopez is not pleased with what Ben had to say. So much so that she moved houses after she heard what he had to tell the world. You all join me today as we look into why, even after their divorce, Ben and Jenny's relationship drama can't seem to end. Now, as far as Hollywood relationships go, Ben and Jennifer Lopez's relationship is slowly turning out to be a never-ending roller coaster. Months after
All right, it's kind of a long report, but he mentioned something about social media being a problem that led to the divorce.
Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, what? Okay. I just think that in 2024, people should respect each other's boundary.
2025 now.
I mean, 2025. I don't know why I always say that. People should respect each other's boundary. You should not put your entire relationship on social media. There is nothing good that comes out of it. Nothing. Because we've watched like a lot of housewives or whatever, people that just like their love guru, they get on social media, they talk about their love, they do the fake photo shoot. 3 months later, divorce. Or
I know.
You know what I mean? And I just think that people should just keep the relationship out of social media.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just not healthy.
The Instagram guy Sean Whalen and his wife Saxony. I guess you don't follow them.
No,
but they were.
You were telling me about them.
They would like both post about like giving relationship and marriage advice every day. And then after 2 years,
they got a divorce.
She files for divorce and reveals that he was like some monster, I guess. So, yeah, I don't know. So
I don't think it's a good idea.
I understand. Yeah.
You can post a picture.
Wanting to post stuff.
Yeah, but you don't have to like
realize the consequences, I guess.
Yeah, and I don't think also there's girls, like I see it every day. They post their boyfriend. Like I saw a girl that post her boyfriend, like I think like washing her hair.
Oh,
I
wow.
was like, what does that do for your man? Like, it emasculate him.
Mhm.
Like, your man should not be washing your hair. That's why there's hair salon.
I know.
You know what I
He
mean?
must be into that. Why would he do that?
But even if he's helping her, you know what I mean? He's like,
Yeah.
okay, why do you have to put that on social media?
Yeah,
I've
because then
seen-
the comment section is gonna get
You know
to
what I
him.
mean? I've seen women say just like degrading things about their man that they just think it's funny.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
and I
terrible.
just feel like it's not funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's not funny to say your man is this and this. Like, it's just not funny. There's nothing great that comes out of you emasculating your man on social media. And half of these girls are getting like 30 likes.
all you do
Girl,
all that just
what?
for 30 likes.
Exactly.
And
Like, what are you
I've
doing?
also seen people want to post about and think that they can handle it.
What?
At posting their relationship, and then after they've posted it, then they can't handle it. They can't handle the comment section.
Oh,
or-
absolutely.
And then it's like a regret.
Yeah.
So
I had
it's
to
a
just
mess.
stop and be like, you know what? I'm gonna post if I'm hanging out with you, cool, here and there. I'm not gonna make like long love anniversary posts, birthday posts that are like 90 paragraphs of fake stuff. You didn't tell, like, you know what I'm saying? You know those long birthdays, and you're like, wow. But your man
could
didn't
tell
even do shit for you for your birthday.
Are you compensating for something?
No, not even that. Then when you talk to the person, they're like, "Oh yeah, he sucks. He didn't even do nothing for my birthday." Oh, but you did 5,000 page post for you. Like, it's just so, guys, no one cares. Like, for real, no one cares. Like, I don't care about your relationship. People don't care either, unless you're like a huge celebrity. Even Jen and JLo, like, do you take the relationship and say, "Oh, I'm gonna take some pointers from Ben and JLo's relationship and apply it to mine"?
Well,
No.
initially they were my vision board, and then
Oh
and
my
then
God,
that-
Ivory!
and then it lasted for like 1 year, and I was like, nix that. No
They
more-
were on your vision board.
They were just so perfect, and then it was over. Yeah.
How were they so perfect if they broke up like in 2000?
Well, that's
Then
what
she
I'm-
had like 19 other
I
men.
know. I was like, yeah, I don't know, but they just looked great together. I hate to see people. I hate to see people
That's amazing. She said they were not the vision board, Ivory.
They, you know,
Because he's
appearances
tall, dark, and handsome, and she's
appearances are
hot.
deceiving. Appearances are deceiving.
Were they
Anyway.
still on your vision board? The way he was slamming the door. Remember when
I
he
didn't
was?
see that.
No, you didn't see the another episode. It was a clip. They were out shopping, and he opened the door. He had his cigarette. He slammed the door.
Ooh.
Girl, that man looked like he was not having it.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a very happy guy, so that's probably part of it. So Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of UK, former Prime Minister, now in his free time, he said, "Let's go to Texas and meet some ostriches," but it didn't go as he planned.
Oh, Christ!
Boris Johnson got attacked by a Texas ostrich. So, yeah.
When did
Just the other day, New York Times covered it. There's a New York Times article about Boris Johnson getting attacked by an ostrich. You guys,
Wait, but wasn't he like on the whole Epstein list as well?
There were so many people I lost track. A run-in with the. Yeah, that was April 7th that it happened. So there you go.
Wow. Not
You
good.
know, Boris and Texas just don't belong together. You know, he's not. When you think Boris, you don't really think Texas. Okay, I wanted to quickly show this thing about Elon Musk and Caitlin Clark. You guys.
Oh my god.
Okay, this post came up. I took this post of my took this picture of my feed.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark stuns the globe, rejects Elon's 15 million offer. Keep it, use it to help someone who actually needs it, she allegedly said. 70,000 likes, 12,000 comments, and it's completely fake. And this is only one. There's like multiple news reports about this.
Okay, so
Fake news is everywhere, you guys.
this is fake.
It's completely fake. None of this ever happened. And so just be leery when you see Facebook posts come through your feed. Just don't believe everything you see. There's a lot of just made up stories out there.
That's so crazy. I can't believe that's fake.
Yeah, just running rampant. Okay. I wanted to show you, speaking of Africa.
Oh my god, what's going on now? Something crazy.
Okay, so this School of Hard Knocks interviewed this billionaire
We love
about the
school.
top place to invest. Here
You're
you go.
doing $1 billion a year? Yes, absolutely do. What's the best industry somebody can get into in today's world?
Okay, I'm going to redefine the term industry. Africa. Look, here's the story. Follow me on this. 9 of the 20 fastest growing economies in the world are going to be in Africa in 2025. Everybody's overlooking it. Only 0.5% of the world's private equity and venture capital is going into Africa, despite the fact that it's going to be the only continent with a growing population. A marketplace is all about consumers and producers. Africa, as an industry, is the most overlooked investment opportunity for entrepreneurs and investors right now in 2025.
Boom.
So I have a lot to say about that. I think he's right, but only in stabilized countries. So you're not gonna go invest in a war zone. Like, what are you investing? Like,
Because
it's-
anything
you know what I
you
mean?
invest will be taken
Destroyed.
away by the militant groups, right?
Yeah, but there's a lot of opportunities in Africa. It's definitely an underserved market.
It's like it's the fastest growing continent,
Mhm.
right? Everyone's having babies there. it's true. I saw
Where do you hear all this stuff from?
I was looking at population growth. I was looking at by continent and by country, and the top fastest growing populations are all African countries.
So
because they're having big families there, and America is having like -1 kid. So I think a lot of consumers, so a lot of
For sure.
opportunity for industry.
And there's so many industry that are on tap. I mean, think about it. Like in Africa, for instance, like we're in the energy industry, right?
You are, yeah.
Right. So here in Texas, we're deregulated, so we have multiple suppliers. In Africa, they're all regulated. They don't even have plans. Like, you know how you can go on Constellation and just pick your plan? They don't even have plans.
Oh.
The electricity just come and go as they please.
It's the government, or?
Yeah, it's the government that regulates everything. So there's like taxi, like shipment. There's so many industries that really just need investors. And there's a lot of people that are out there raising money to want to invest. The solar industry, you know, it's hot all the time, so it's good for renewable energy, solar, water. Water is a big industry because they have a lot of shortage of water. There's just so many opportunities. You think about it, you go to Africa in a civilized country, you will become a millionaire tomorrow.
Oh.
But do I want to go live in Africa? No. I moved out of Africa for a reason. I ain't ready to go back.
Too dangerous.
Yeah, for me,
But
just
Trump's
not.
coming in to help. He's
Yes.
collaborating with the Congo president. Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe they'll get safer. Okay. I love how this billionaire finished out his conversation.
Yeah, that was
Look at this
beautiful.
advice.
What is the best financial advice that you ever received?
It's not mine. It's not mine. It's all God's. All the opportunity that I've been given, it's all God's. It's not my hard work. But at age 28, after I'd made all this money on Wall Street and I was dating all the girls, I had a sense of anxiety and depression, like, is this it? And then I came to understand, as I read the Bible, I said, oh my goodness, this stuff is real. And when I figured that out at age 28, it changed everything.
Ooh, I love that so much. Me too. The Bible is so real.
The Bible is the
guys.
truth.
It's like way realer than you realized. So we're closing out the show with our final clips. I don't know if you have a clip, but
No, I never have a clip. I don't know why.
okay, because I have this clip from, I mentioned Pastor Kenneth Hagin, who I found on YouTube. Miracles happen at this man's hand, and one of the miracles that happens is
this
the
is a miracle
casting out of demons.
Oh, you've never seen
So
demons coming out?
so she's from Africa. She's
Girl,
seen this stuff.
I've
I
seen.
haven't seen this stuff.
You need to come to my brother-in-law retreat, girl. You will see demons coming out.
Does your family cast them out?
No, my brother-in-law, he's a pastor, so he does.
He casts them.
Girl, I saw the demon of seduction coming out of this girl.
Of seduction?
Yeah, she started running her hips like this. She was on the floor. The demon was like this. No,
so
like
she was making that face.
yeah, and then I
And
went
then when
and
it
talked.
came out,
Yeah,
the
and she
expression went away.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. And then at first when I went to the retreat, I thought it was like total BS. But then I was like, I've seen it in Africa so many times, deliverance services. Girl, then I went back and talked to the girl. She had no idea what was happening. She didn't even know what she was doing. But yeah, these demons are real.
So she like blacked out as the demon was coming out.
Yes. And she
Oh
was
my
just
God.
running, screaming.
Oh, that's so bizarre. Yeah, it's so real though.
Mhm.
I completely believe it. Demons are real, and and you can cast them out. So Kenneth Hagin does this, but he goes in depth a lot about how you have to learn how to keep the demon out once you cast it out. Because you actually become, if you cast the demon out without a solid foundation of faith.
Oh, that is
you
true,
have
because
to
the demon can come
truly-
back 10 times.
Right. You have to
Harsh.
truly believe in God's power to, like, the Bible says that once you believe in Jesus, you are now raised with him to the throne, to the right hand of God. And you have to truly believe that that's where you are, with all enemy forces far beneath you. If you don't actually believe that enemy forces are beneath you, if you believe enemy forces have a shot in hell at you, then they do. You have to believe that they don't. And so you have to create that foundation of faith. Otherwise, if you just get rid of a demon, you're ultra vulnerable, and the demon could come back with its friends. So that's the issue. And
wait, did you sit with this friend?
That there's in Luke 11, they talk about that. Jesus mentioned that the demon came back with 7 of his friends and went right back into that guy's house. So Kenneth Hagin and the reason I want to play this clip is for everyone out there consuming news. Just be very careful about what you're consuming because it attracts energies and entities. And a lot of news is very negative. We focus on negative things.
Oh, let's not even talk about news. Pornography.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Social media, thirst trapping.
So much.
OnlyFans, girls cooking naked.
Like, imagine how many demons of seduction are on OnlyFans.
Oh, I'm just on social media.
So Kenneth Hagin talked about a man who dealt with, he accidentally, the information he was consuming caused him to take on a demon. Here it is.
I said to him, I can cast all three of them out, but you might wind up in a worse shape than you are. No, I'm not going to do a thing unless you do what I tell you to do. Now, first of all, the very thing that had caused him, certain books he was reading caused him to open up to the devil. I said, you get back home, burn those books. Number two, read the Bible every day. And number three, pray at least 30 minutes in tongues. He was head of the psychological division of one of our leading universities here in the southwest part of the nation, but had retired. Now, his major was criminal psychology, and he had all of these books on criminal psychology, which include every deviation. Well, he got to reading those books. Not teaching anymore, but he got to reading them. And the spirit got a hold of him. He got to molesting little girls. His wife had left him, but she came with him to see if he could find help.
Oh, can you believe that? Just from reading criminal psychology, he picked up this horrible evil spirit that transformed him into like a monster. So Kenneth
Wait.
And it was actually 3 spirits, Kenneth Hagin said, just from reading negative things. And Kenneth cast them all out. And he said he ran into the man like 2 years later and he was good because Kenneth Hagin said he took the time with him. Like, okay, let's build your foundation of faith while I'm casting these out because you don't want them to come back. So he got rid of those and he was safe and sound 2 years later.
Wow.
So just be very careful about what you feed your mind with. It's very important. It's so real.
You know, that's why I stopped watching these criminal show on Netflix.
Me too. And
Netflix is
pretty
full
much
of killers, do this, arrested, oh, this person in jail, abandonment. I'm like, I am so tired of watching people going to prison.
Mm-hmm. It's horrible.
I don't want to get on there anymore.
And so many of the news headlines are that. And that this is why, you know, I was a crime reporter for years and now I rarely ever cover crime because it's just so negative and heavy. And I'm like, how is this benefiting my viewers by filling all of our minds with this horrible stuff? So
absolutely. Wow.
What you put in your mind is major.
Criminal psychology
led to demonic possession. Yeah. So this is what I love about Africa is that you guys actually take this stuff seriously.
Oh yeah,
because Americans are full of demons and they don't even realize they are.
Yeah. Because also there's like women out there that there's like actual people like devil worshiper.
Yeah, but not only that, like people
like you can go to like I don't know how they're calling in English, but like a voodoo doctor. That's what they're like, you know, the voodoo donut here in Houston.
Yeah,
it's a donut place. I never stepped foot. I was like,
just because of
why?
The word.
Yeah, because I was like, why would I go to a place called Voodoo Donut?
Wow.
What are you telling me? You put voodoo in those donut mix so you can make more money?
Yeah. Girl,
yeah.
I've been like learning so much about the spirit world lately. I bring this stuff up because this is like one of my
warfare
biggest
is real.
Yeah, spiritual warfare and the whole
so,
spirit world is like a big passion of mine right now, and like because it's so real and it's wrecking people's lives, and I want to see solutions.
And even I'm just gonna give a little testimony. I would say, even what are they say? The card reader people. What are they called?
Psychics.
Oh my God. So I was in Miami. I think it was like maybe 10 years ago, me and a friend of mine. And there was a psychic. The psychic came up to me. Oh, Jenny, I have this vision of your life. Your life is gonna transform. Da 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 da. This and this and this and this. $25. And then I started wondering. I was like, why a psychic? If you can read my life, right? And you have this huge possession of reading my life, why are they always broke, poor? They look like they just look
miserable, puffing
like,
on cigarettes nonstop.
Exactly.
All of them.
Right.
And, like,
and I'm like,
why is that?
Exactly, because they are communicating with evil.
Yeah.
And they are communicating with someone. It's evil.
They
card reader. Oh,
I just
thank you.
realized so much. I've been studying this and learning so much about the spirit world, and realized, okay, those psychics are opening themselves up as a channel to any spirit to come through them.
Absolutely.
And so there's a lot of toxic spirits coming through them, and they've just opened themselves up. They don't know how to shut that off, and it wreaks havoc on them.
And I always get these psychic, always, every time I get these psychic. You have something bright coming to your life. No, thank you, baby. That's why I got the Bible and I pray.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And I remember I had a friend that I was going through a lot. It was like almost like 8 years ago. She told me, she goes, Jenny, you should go see my psychic. And I remember I was like, man, maybe I should go. Then I called my sister. My sister is married to a pastor, the pastor that I'm telling you. And I was like, hey, what do you think about psychic? She was like, do not ever step foot in a psych. She was like, you're inviting demon into your life. By you stepping foot there, it's just so bad. And I just never did. And I see I have a lot of friends that have gone to psychic.
Yeah,
and
one of my ex-best friends used to be she was a psychic, but I think she kind of lost it and went crazy.
I think I've met her. We've met her.
I'm not gonna say her name but she
remember at her house.
I think you probably did.
I came to you.
She couldn't handle the pandemic. She could feel the energy of everything, and that's
remember where I met her. I met her at her house right after your dad passed, and we came and cooked. Remember?
Right.
That's when she was telling me about
veggies.
Making veggie. And I told you, I was like, I don't believe in psychic.
She was baking sliced cucumbers and they were so good. She thought they were zucchini.
Yeah. And then she said, but they were good.
I've been baking cucumber ever since.
Maybe I should have that. She was baking cucumber and you made those, and you made the Brussels sprouts.
So good.
And
I loved her, but she opened her energy up to everything, and I think that's why.
Yeah, I remember.
She
and I
kinda
was like,
fell off the
Ivory,
face of the earth.
there's something weird about her. And you were like, no. I was like, girl,
well,
psychic.
I love eccentric people, but
that's what you said. I was like, hell no, girl. Not no damn psychic.
Look, wherever she is, I hope she's doing wonderful. I love her to death. And I hate that she kind of fell off the face of the earth, and I hope she's doing wonderful.
I remember her.
So, but I've just noted this about different psychics. None of them seem to be doing well.
Never. It's like, how can you read my whole life? How I'm gonna be rich and wealthy, and you're broke.
And so the same year that I met her, I started going to Lakewood Church more, and I just noticed that Lakewood, so Joel Osteen, his whole family, all the Lakewood people are just all thriving. They're all their lives are together. And it's like, okay, maybe we should connect the dots on like whose practice is actually working for them, especially the people who are trashing Joel. Okay, how's your life compared to his? Maybe you should be following what Joel does.
Period on that. So the TD Jakes, baby.
Right. So,
but they call them prosperity pastor. I say, okay, so do you want to? What do you want?
You don't want to prosper? Okay,
you don't want to prosper?
I'll take the prosperity that you don't want. Okay. Anyway, to wrap this up,
it's so funny.
Last thing I'll say about opening yourself up to spirit world. I just realized that marijuana, THC, is a gateway to the spirit world as well. There was someone preaching about that.
Can you send me that?
Yes, I'll send it. It was jaw dropping and it made so much sense.
That's why I don't smoke weed, baby.
Especially because of something I witnessed several months ago
with marijuana.
Associated marijuana was at play, and I'm just like, dude, the spirit world is not to be messed with. And this girl preaching, she's like, there's a reason when you like you say, oh, I just smoked a little too much and that's why I'm in bed and something pressed down on your chest. That wasn't just you tripping because of your weed. That was a demon. That was a demon.
You tripping because of your weed? So I used to smoke weed before, baby. I gave all the weed apart.
Dude, when I saw that, I even threw away my CBD because it has a little bit of THC in it.
No
I was
way.
like, I want none of that, dude. I am putting on the armor of God. With that being said, we will see you guys back here next Friday. Truth Bombs here on YouTube, Friday, 4 p.m. Central. See you guys later.